And you're live.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Welcome to the Akron Civil Rights Commission meeting. Present are Commissioners Bruce Alexander, Fran Wilson, Dr. Sheldon Rice, Gina K. Maddox, Reverend Nanette Pitt, Esther Thomas, Chair, and from the city, Technical Guru Nina Ost, and from the legal department, John York. Also joining us is Phil Young, auditor for the APD. Okay, let's welcome everyone. We can get started. The first order of business on the agenda is the approval of minutes of the May 2022 meeting. Has everyone had a chance to review those?
Motion to accept the May 22 minutes.
Okay, is there a second?
Second, Commissioner Maddox.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion on these minutes? They were quite thorough. Thank you, Commissioner Wilson. And I will, any discussion? No discussion. I'll, pursuant to our rules, I will, on a vote, I will call the roll in order that you all appear on my screen. Uh-oh, what just happened? Okay, Dr. Rice, to accept the minutes of May 2022.
Approved, yes.
Okay, Commissioner Maddox?
Yes.
Commissioner Pitt?
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander?
Yes.
Commissioner Wilson?
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Thomas is a yes as well. Those minutes are approved unanimously. With regard to the next item, the minutes of October 5th, 2021. Thank you, Commissioner Wilson, for providing those. I believe there was a technical issue that the entire meeting was not recorded, but what was recorded was there was enough time to establish that we did have a quorum and that we did meet, and those present were indicated. So at this time, we do have, is there a motion to accept the minutes such as they are?
Motion to accept the minutes as they are.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilson.
Second, Commissioner Rice.
Thank you, Commissioner Rice. Any discussion on this matter? Okay, there being none, I will call the roll in the same, hopefully the same order. Commissioner Alexander?
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Wilson?
Yes.
Commissioner Rice?
Yes.
Commissioner, okay, now, okay, people are moving around. Commissioner Maddox?
Yes.
Okay, and Commissioner Pitt?
Yes.
Okay, those minutes are unanimously passed. Thank you very much.
Madam Chair, did you call on Commissioner Alexander
Yes, he was,
for that vote? Okay, great. Sorry, my bad.
okay. Old business, with regard to the status of complaints, case number 19 ACRC 0013, that was previously investigated by Investigator Pitt, by Commissioner Pitt, and now it's set for hearing, I believe, on June 22nd, but I saw some correspondence that the respondent has requested a continuance. Commissioner Maddox, is there an update that you can give?
I have not been notified that from that attorney, I forgot her name, that she wanted a continuance from the date that I have.
Okay,
Did they give I'm sorry, did they give an end date? Is there a bookend on that? Or they just left it open?
There is, I have an email that, there's some correspondence in the mail with regard to their availability, which does not include June 22nd. And so that email, one went out on May 24th.
Okay.
A more recent email occurred yesterday morning with respect to that email. And she mentioned the availability of June 30th or July 26th. I'm not sure. I did not respond because I'm,
Okay.
yeah. So that's, so if the hearing, if you could follow up with that and sort of secure a date, that would be great, because
commissioners who were going to sit in on that with me, since you're right here, is the 30th available? I think Commissioner Alexander was going to sit in on that.
the hearing officers are Maddox, Rice, and Wilson.
Okay. Okay.
It's, yeah, Maddox, Rice, and Wilson, based on, however, given that this date is changing, and we'd have to skip a little ahead on the agenda, but we might need to reconfigure the hearing team. If we could table that part of the conversation until a little bit later, we can circle back to it if that's okay. It'll be more clear as the meeting goes on.
Okay.
All right. With regard to, on this email, the cases 2 through 7, those were dismissed. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. How is that possible? Here we go. I'm sorry, with regard to the next case, 21 ACRC 012, Commissioner Rice was the hearing officer. I believe these letters, dismissal, the commission voted last month to dismiss, and I believe those letters did go out. Commissioner Rice, is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
No, the letters went out May 5th.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next item, 21 ACRC 15, Commissioner Wilson.
Hello. So I have completed the scope of the interviews. And the respondent has sent a position statement.
Mhm.
I have drafted a report and are asking for time to go over that.
Okay. So let me get we would more than likely go into executive session, and I have there's a specific way to do that, and oh boy. Just let me pull that up. I typically have it pulled up, and I did not at this time. Oh my goodness. All right, this is from John. Please bear with me. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I would entertain a motion to move into executive session under Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G1 and the City of Akron Charter Section 141A7 to consider the dismissal or investigation of charges or complaints against a regulated individual and or business according to Section 38.10D of the Akron Codified Ordinance. The information to be discussed is not public.
So moved, Commissioner Maddox.
Second, Commissioner Pitt.
you. This motion requires a roll call vote, so we'll call the roll. Please indicate yes or no. And I'm gonna insert this. Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Pitt,
Yes.
Commissioner Maddox,
Yes,
Commissioner Wilson,
Yes.
Commissioner Rice,
Yes,
and Commissioner Thomas concurs that with four or more, with a unanimous vote, the motion carries and we will move into executive session. Ms. Ost, Ms. Nina, if you could be so kind.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay. We've all made it back at this time from the executive session. At this time, I will call for a motion to terminate executive session in
So
accordance.
moved, Commissioner Pitt.
Second, Commissioner Maddox.
Is there any discussion, any additional points? There being none, I will, pursuant to our rules, I will call us by roll. Commissioner Pitt, please answer yes or no if you'd like to leave executive session.
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Wilson,
Yes.
Commissioner Maddox,
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Rice,
Yes.
and Commissioner Thomas, yes as well, unanimously. We are now out of executive session. And with regard to the agenda item, case 2A3, 21 ACRC 0015, the commission discussed this matter, and we will be this matter will remain under review until our next meeting, pending receipt of additional information. Our thanks to you, Commissioner Wilson, as you continue your investigation during the upcoming time. Okay. Anything else with regard to old business? Okay. Next is new business. The number A is the biannual report, which once again, I am still working on. Though this is what I'm going to ask of the commissioners. There's a number of issues that will go into this report, such as number of cases that we received, number of cases that were closed and how they were adjudicated, whether through dismissal or through some other action, and what cases are pending. There are other things that I would like to include because the commission speaks, in our charter, it said that in our rules that we speak with one voice. And so this is not just the chair's report, it is a report of the commission. And so I'm going to ask if you all within the next, before the end of this week, send me any things that you would like addressed in the report that goes to the mayor. And that can be a wide range of things, including everything from attendance and how we get paid to when, to our process and what other assistance we might need. So please send that. Many of you can text me if you have, it's just things that you want addressed, and I will address those and provide a working draft copy of that report for your review. So I had a little window of time in my calendar that I'll be able to devote some significant time to this, but I will ask for your feedback. Is that is okay with everyone? Okay. Okay, thank you. Item B is remuneration of commissioners. I believe one of the things that and that is of concern and a source of frustration is that I know each and every one of the commissioners, we have not done this for the money, okay? We have not, because at this point, we just have not. However, it has been raised individually to me by more than one commissioner that we're not getting paid, okay? And that that is, some of that had to do with our backlog of minutes, but even within a backlog of minutes, it was, there's been some inconsistency about how and when we get what should be a perfunctory and regular course of transaction, because it's and so I just wanted to open that up for discussion for anybody who wants to weigh in.
Madam Chair, this is John York. I did get a chance to check with Elaine Stoberman, and she confirmed that she is working on getting 7 months worth of checks.
Mhm.
She got somewhat backlogged, I believe, because these all these had to do with, I think, older meetings that came in during 2022.
Mhm.
But she did advise that she is those are in the pipeline and she's working on getting those checks.
Okay, thank you very much. That's that should buy my gasoline for about 2 weeks, it seems like. But no, but I mean, I said that lightheartedly, but thank you very much, Attorney York. I know you've been pressed into service and worn so many hats, and today it's comptroller or business financial manager. Commissioner Wilson.
Yes, thank you. I also do want to point out there is an Excel sheet or a Google document that was, I think, under or created by Commissioner Lee back when Commissioner Brandt Lee was on, that tracked the payments of commissioners. So that might be something to highlight and maybe to fill in so we can keep track of that, and also look back at if anybody needs to be or should be remunerated from past.
Well, thank you for that. Where is that file? Is it under the if you would email that file, I believe I know where it is, but I don't at this moment know how to get there. Some tracking, actually tracking would be helpful. But I will say, given the size of the enterprise and the huge, vast number of responsibilities, I would like to say, is it that difficult to keep up with 7 of us when typically there's not 7 commissioners? And there's large swaths of time when there has not been. So I think there is a certain amount of give and take on that, and that will be helpful. But at the same time, promises were made, and we're all working to fulfill our promises and obligations to one another and certainly to the city, and on a reciprocal basis. So thank you so much. Any other comments or thoughts, suggestions on this? Okay. All right. New business, item C, discussion of reappointment. Commissioner Wilson.
Yes. Hello, everyone. So I sent a letter earlier this week or last week. I will not be seeking reappointment. My term was a vacancy term that ends at the end of this month on the 30th. I have quite a bit of my plate with community work and neighborhood work right now. I didn't want to drag the commission. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. This is our last meeting together, but I will be present at the July meeting. And it's been a real pleasure and honor to step into this work and be asked to do some of this work, work on the forums and do the old records and things. And also the investigation was quite an interesting learning process. Definitely a lot of respect to each of the commissioners here and past commissioners, as well as our brilliant legal staff on the city side. I appreciate all the guidance with that. And yes, I personally, if I may I personally say when I lived for quite a while in South Central Kentucky, and one of the first things I learned how to organize was under revising the city code down in Kentucky to get queer protections for workers and renters. And one of the things that I was mulling over when I was recruited for this was that I really wanted to live up and be able to do some of that work, because we have that code and that protection here, which is really brilliant. And so I definitely honor that in us all in our city, and look forward to doing more work around all of you in other capacities at other points. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilson. Your impact was quite effective and immediate, and I'm certainly glad that you joined us, even though I would have hoped for a full term. You know, certainly your work on the minutes, records, as well as the application and making sure that we are being expansive and inclusive in how we reference both complainants and respondents was absolutely wonderful. And so your voice will be missed on the commission, but I suspect we'll be seeing and hearing from you quite a bit. So I would open the floor. Other commissioners in the chat have mentioned things, so please review those. Commissioner Alexander.
Yes, you know, I haven't got a chance to really get to know Fran. I was looking forward to knowing. We met once after a couple meetings, and he seems to be a very thorough individual in doing the work, and I was looking forward to working a little longer with him. And so it will be, he'll be missed, Fran. And I know we'll see each other in the community a little bit more, but the work that you've done thus far with the commission, I think has been really good. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.
I agree, Commissioner Wilson. Or Commissioner Alexander, they will be missed, and their work with us has been tremendous. And so I thank Commissioner Wilson for that. Okay. All right. Commissioner Maddox.
Well, because of COVID, we haven't really gotten a chance to meet in person, but I just want to say I met Commissioner Wilson in the bus station during the minority. Yeah, I saw your response, Madam President.
Whoa, wait a minute, what's going on?
I ride the bus sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
during the minority health fair. And he was just walking around. He looked up and somebody goes, "Oh, I finally get to meet you in person." So that was kind of fun and refreshing to actually get to meet you. And I wish you well and know your other obligations.
Thank you. I also want to say I did leave several resumes, just so other people know. I did leave quite a number of resumes and recruited some folks and some ideas, not only for the 2 seats that are open or will be open, but also for future seats as well.
Okay. Well, that certainly we could have asked for more, but we really couldn't have. But thank you so much for that. I will. I don't want to take any thunder away from your work, but I will let the other commissioners know that Commissioner Wilson was a part of the hearing officers on our upcoming hearing, and I believe that date has been in flux. And so I know you were a seated commissioner until the end of June, or your term ends somewhere around the 30th or so. But I also want to make sure that we're able to have that hearing without trying to tie up your time or if it goes to a second date, you know, because June 30th got thrown out there a little bit earlier. And I wanted to know, Commissioner Wilson, if there was a volunteer who could take your place on the hearing, if that would be okay with you, just so that your timelines you won't get, you know, to quote The Godfather 2, they try to get out, they keep pulling you back in. We want to make sure as you're trying to go on to some other things that we have sort of a clean break, and pre-scheduling the hearing with a slate of officers, I think would provide that comfortably. Is that something you would entertain?
Yeah,
Yes,
Madam
and
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Fran, go ahead.
yes, I wanted to say I had all intentions of doing that, but I didn't realize that it was rescheduled. So yes, if someone was able to volunteer and to take that seat, that would be very much appreciated.
Okay. Well, Commissioner Alexander.
No, I'm sorry, Madam President. I was going to say I'll step in for that position where Fran is. So he's done a good job, and hopefully I'll be able to do as good a job as him and handle the position.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Alexander. Commissioner Wilson. Okay. I appreciate your efforts again, and thank you, Commissioner Alexander, for stepping forward voluntarily to become a hearing officer on the next on our upcoming hearing. Commissioner Maddox is the lead hearing officer on that, so she will be in contact with you for scheduling and those things. Please respond to her as soon as possible, and that would be wonderful.
Madam Chair? Madam Chair. Hi, this is John York.
Do I need to move somebody and appoint somebody else? Probably. I think I do.
For clarification, I guess, has the commission decided that the June 22nd hearing is not going to occur? So in other words, it'll be rescheduled. And then if that's the case, we got to keep in mind that the respondent's attorney recommended June 30th as a date. That was 2 weeks ago. That was on May 24th. So I think there's to really pick the date of the next hearing, if it's not going to be the 22nd, there's going to have to be some probably live discussion between Gina Kay and respondents counsel and even the complainant to make sure he can appear, and the commissioners, so that we don't go through this again where you just pick a date and then we realize a month from now that date's not going to work.
Yeah. I concur. Commissioner Maddox.
I'm available on the 26th of July, which is what they've recommended. And given the time turnaround, I think that would give the other commissioners, because what I'd like to do then is get together and just review so that we're all up to speed, because we had that lengthy discussion about the case. Commissioner Alexander was not there. So what I would like to do is then I'll get back to the respondent this evening, if not first thing in the morning, and assure that July 26th will still work for them. First, I need to know, fellow commissioners, does that date work for you all?
Did you say July 26th?
July 26th is a Tuesday, and it would still be at 4.
Let me see.
That's the 4th Tuesday.
No, Sheldon Rice, Commissioner Rice will not be available.
Okay,
No,
good to know.
unless it's virtual, because I'll be in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's going to be live.
It's going to be
I
live,
know,
yeah.
and there's no way humanly possible.
That's
Okay.
what I mean is I think, Gina Kay, you're going to need to reach out,
I will.
and try and get a time that will work for everyone.
Right. Okay.
So it's hard to set it in advance right now, but I think what you do need to do is, if you're going to reset the June 22nd hearing, you're going to want to have a motion to that effect.
Okay. In light of the respondent's request and to offer a timely response back to the respondent, I would like to make a motion that that the June 22nd hearing date be rescheduled, and upon notification to the respondent and then to the rest of the commission for alternative dates.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Pitt.
Okay, all at once. Okay, any discussion? I guess there's not any more discussion. I'll call a roll call vote. Okay.
Excuse me. I have
I have a quick question.
I'm in the middle of a vote, but go ahead.
Never mind, go ahead.
Thank you. Commissioner Pitt,
Yes.
okay, Commissioner Wilson,
Yes.
Commissioner Alexander,
Yes.
Commissioner Rice,
Yes,
Commissioner Maddox.
Yes,
Commissioner Thomas also agrees in the affirmative. That motion is unanimous. I believe Nina Ost from the city, I see your hand.
I'm just trying to establish, I've asked a couple times and we haven't really gotten clarification. Is this something that needs to be live streamed? I know it's going to be done in person. So by your charter, does it still need to be live streamed, or because it's in person, does that make it open to the public?
I believe if it's in person, it would not. Well, I don't know. Now that I think
Well,
about that.
The initial part, I guess if I could jump in, Madam Chair, the initial part of the meeting would be live. It would be notified. However, the bulk of the matter is going to be an executive session. It'll be a hearing in executive session. So the short answer is no, it wouldn't need to be live streamed.
I just wanted to verify, so then I don't have to be involved in your scheduling of this, because you won't need me IT on site for it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So that motion having been passed, I will at this point sort of based on the timing and the motion that we just had, I will thank Commissioner Wilson for their service, and will appoint Commissioner Alexander to the hearing on the matter of 19 ACRC 00013, and solely based on timing and of the to be determined nature of the timing of the hearing based on the availability and the expiration of the term of Commissioner Wilson. So thank you very much. Anything else at this time? Before we move on to reading of public comments, Attorney, I see Attorney, I'm sorry, Dr. Rice, Commissioner Rice.
yes, I'd like to just ask a question, if I may, or a request rather. Those of us that are on the hearing, maybe it might be better if we email Commissioner Maddox the times that we are out of town, because this is the summer. People are taking vacations, people have other, other things going on. And that might make it easier for her in scheduling if she knows that said dates that people are not available. That's just a suggestion.
That'd be great. I would almost say stay on, do a quick Zoom to see face to face. That might help as well. But if there's any support that you need, Commissioner Maddox, Rice, and Alexander, there might be some bandwidth available for some of those things with the city. So I would encourage you to just, talk it out. And, everybody knows my number. Okay. Commissioner Pitt?
I wanted to just briefly draw the commissioner's attention to the opportunity after our in-person meeting in July to gather in person for a social opportunity, not commission business at all, but just an opportunity to be together as we leave off of this pandemic. And there are more details in your email. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I do want to just sort of circle back. At our last meeting, we talked about having an in-person meeting in July, which will be nice, and I think it'll be the first time we've all met in public and in person in some time. I did, and we talked about it being possibly a hybrid meeting. I've learned that a hybrid meeting is not within the capability of our available technology. So that the meeting will either be in person or it will have to be on Zoom. And I wanted to just sort of, if anybody needed to weigh in on their preference for any of those things, I think it would be great to be in person. I don't have to travel very far. I just got to walk down the street. Is there a strong feeling about still having it in person?
Madam Chair, I believe at the last meeting, I was the only person who wasn't able to be there in person at that time. And my vacation plans shifted after that meeting. So I am able to be there in person and have no objection to an in-person meeting.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you very much, Commissioner Pitt. Is everyone else able to make it? Because it you know, and I in person, I know there's some travel time issues.
I'm available in person.
Yay, okay.
At 4:30 or still 4? I mean, still at 4:30 rather?
Still at 4:30? Yes.
I'm available.
Okay, wonderful. I'm available. Dr. Rice, are you available? I know you have,
I will make myself available just for you.
thank you. Your presence is welcome. And
of course for Nanette.
and of that, of course. Commissioner Wilson, you did state earlier that you would be around for the July meeting for, is that?
I'll be around.
I hope so, because it'll be our first in-person meeting, and you need that photo op from the chamber, in addition to some other things. Okay,
Yes.
there is, and John, if you could help weigh in on this, since we are having a meeting in person, does that meeting need to be live streamed?
No, no, it does not. There will be a different notice that needs to be prepared for that meeting. So, whoever, Fran, I take it you'll still prepare the notice for the July 5th meeting. And so if you could send it to me in advance, I'll take a look and make any tweaks that need to be made.
Okay, because all right. So, so that meeting will not be live streamed. Are there any public comments to be read at this time?
I did check, no public comments came into the mailbox this month.
Okay, well, at this point in time, it's time for adjournment. Thank you all for such excellent meeting. It's gone a little longer. Is there any other things for the good of the order? Any announcements, upcoming events, issues that we should be mindful of, or
Madam Chair, just the Walk for Life that's happening tomorrow. I emailed a flyer out today. There's an email circulating around town. Family Faith United Methodist Church is gathering folk at John S. Knight Center at 3:30, and then at 4 o'clock, the Walk for Our Lives is going to step off, go up High Street and then up Market. It's a 1.4 mile walk, and then they will gather at Faith Family UMC after the walk, and there will be speakers, I believe, and petitions to be signed, and it's a walk against gun violence. The event is expected to end around 6 p.m.
Okay. Well, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate that. I will wish everyone a happy Pride Month, in the sense that any oppression is not welcome, and certainly contrary to the furtherance of human rights and dignity. And so I would encourage all of us to remind ourselves that we are not free until all of us are free. And so I would like to carry that forward. And if there's a motion to adjourn, I don't know if we need a motion. We could just say, but if there's any other, either a motion to adjourn or comment or something for the good of the order, please speak now. Because in about 5 minutes, I'm gonna be in my car going to dinner. Okay.
So move for adjournment.
All right, is there a second?
Second, Commissioner Maddox.
Oh, thank you. And if you could all say aye at the appropriate time. Commissioner.
Aye.
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 And aye. Thank you so much. Have
Aye.
a great evening, everyone. Thank you.